Hey everybody, so Jon David had an 8 out of 10 day, and the word of the day is Replogle. So Replogle is a tube that they can put down his nose into his stomach to help drain off basically stomach contents as well as gas. And it is really important because we've been using one for quite a while with Jon David. However, when he got extubated from the ventilator, the Replogle that he had was taken out. And when he started feeds back, specifically more so in the last 36, 48 hours when he started getting on higher volumes of feeds, then it started becoming more of an issue with having gas. And then this morning kind of got to a point where he was spitting up a whole lot. And so ended up putting a Replogle back in today, and that seemed to kind of solve our issues. And so he is now at goal feeds of 33 mLs an hour. But he has that Replogle, and he will keep it in until we transition from an ND tube, which is what he has in currently to feed, to an NG tube. The ND goes into his intestines, and the NG goes into his stomach. And so right now, he has that ND going into the intestines, and so the Replogle is just pulling off any kind of stomach contents that kind of pile up in there. Specifically, it's mostly like bile and stomach acid. But for example, today, a lot of his spit-ups were him trying to cough stuff up from his lungs because they still have some gunk in there, and when he was trying to cough that up, then he was coughing up stomach contents. And so the Replogle is now helping kind of make sure that's empty, so when he's coughing, he can just focus on clearing out his lungs. But overall, he had a good night last night, had a rough morning because of all the spit-ups and just kind of being uncomfortable and agitated, like we all would if we're spitting up and throwing up. But once they paused his feeds for about an hour, and then we sat him up in a more upright position, as well as placing that new Replogle, kind of fixed his issues, restarted the feeds, and then through the rest of the day has been really good. He also has been sleepy throughout the day, which is usually his first sign that withdrawals are kind of catching up to him. So he made his first deck swing about 36 hours ago, and usually about 24 hours in, we'll start seeing kind of withdrawals. That's about when we started seeing him kind of sleep more. So probably going to start seeing him get agitated and tachycardic here in the next, 8 to 12 hours, and that'll last usually somewhere between 24 and 36 hours to try and get him through that next step. But he did have some good times where he was playing with his mobile. He even wanted to play with it while he was going to sleep. He's pretty insistent on playing with that mobile, as well as getting some visits from Mama Kay, Mimi, and Miss Angela. Hunter also had a fun day at the park with his friends, and then also went to preschool open house with Mallory. So he had himself a fun day and is excited to go to preschool. And if y'all would pray for these 3 things: 1, that Jon David will continue to tolerate his weans safely, because again, they do cause things like tachycardia and agitation and things of that nature. And since he does have a heart issue, those are things that we need to pray that it goes safely. 2, for all those who've lost loved ones, but especially those who've lost children. And then 3, for all the kids and families who are battling congenital heart defects all around the world, because I can go and promise you every single day there are families who are going through surgeries, who are going through catheterizations, who are going through finding out that they are now on this journey, and they can very much use your prayers. And if y'all are interested in buying a hoodie or a shirt for Jon David, which I know, multiple people have expressed that, the links will be in the comments below. One is for Etsy and one is for TikTok Shop. Whichever one you prefer, go to that one. I believe Etsy, pretty much anybody can go on, and then TikTok Shop, I think you have to have a TikTok account to be able to buy on there. But hope you have a good night. God bless, and y'all continue to choose hope daily. right, bye-bye.